Hello, my Math 3 scholars. Today we're going to learn about solving natural log equations. Okay, natural logs. So, first we need to know what a natural log is. So the natural log is the inverse of the function e to the x. If you'll remember, we talked about this number e last week when we looked at the continuously compounded interest formula. It was a equals pe to the rt, and I told you this e was a reference to Euler's number, and so it is a number. Now the natural log, we represent it with this right here, ln, and a lot of times you'll see me write it like that, ln, because I don't want you to think I'm writing in, so I just usually do an incursive L. So the number e, we looked at that last week. It's defined as the value 2.718, and it just keeps going. It's kind of similar to pi. It's a value that's often used in math, specifically when we're talking about growth and decay, like we were last week when we used the continuously compounded formula. Now, there are several different ways to write the natural log. You can write it y equals ln x. We could write it y equals log base e of x, since the e is the base and it's the inverse. Or we could write x equals e to the y. Okay, so that's three different ways that we could write this natural log. So that's just a kind of an introduction of what natural log is, and we're going to look at how to solve some equations using natural log. So if I wanted to solve the natural log of x equals 3, now remember it's the inverse of e to the x. So this is like having a base of e here. So I could rewrite this as an exponent, e to the y. So my y here is 3. So I could rewrite this as e cubed equals x. Well, then it becomes a calculator problem. So let's go to Desmos here. I'm not on Desmos. Let's go to Desmos. Sorry about that. All right, so let's go to the Desmos graphing calculator, and we're going to punch in e cubed. All right, if you go over here, if you don't have this pulled up, if you go down here and you do this keypad and you click on functions, you can see here, let me find the e function. Well, why am I not seeing it? I know that it's in, there's the natural log. I know that it's on the scientific calculator, so let's go to it, the Desmos scientific calculator. We'll go there, because right here it is, e raised to the third power, and that's the one that's where we got it from last week. So we'll just use it there. 20.0855, so we'll say 20.09. So we've got x equals 20.09 is our answer there. Okay, let's look at B. The natural log of e to the 2x equals 4. So this time, remember this is like e down here. So e to the 4th equals e to the 2x. Because we've got the base of e, but then e to the 2x is part of what's here. So e to the 4th equals e to the 2x. Now, since we have the same base, we talked about this earlier this week. If you have the same base, you can set those two exponents equal to each other. So this would be 4 equals 2x. Now we can divide both sides by 2, and that gives us x equals 2. All right, I would like for you to pause the video and try example C because it's very similar to example B, and then come back. Okay, hopefully you recognized you've got a base of e here. So this would be e to the 6th. E to the 6th equals e to the 3x. All right, we have the same base, so I can set 6 equal to 3x. To solve for x, we divide both sides by 3, and we get x equals 2. Okay, as always, if you have any questions, let me know.